Hello, today I'm joined by Ryan Purtle with our Utility Business Office, who serves as an Energy Management Specialist, and Brian McGinn with ElectriCities. He's a Residential Energy Audit Advisor. And we're here today to talk about energy efficiency and what programs we have within the city and within ElectriCities that will improve the efficiency and lower the cost for our residential customers throughout the city. I'll start with Brian. So Brian, can you tell us a little bit about your job, what you do, and about this energy issue?
Absolutely. I have a very interesting job and enjoy it. I help residents of the city of New Bern figure out ways to lower their electric bill by doing residential energy audits. And that title sounds kind of auditing, can be a little scary for some people, but basically helping them out, trying to figure out ways to lower their electric bill.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And Ryan, your position of Utility Business Office, what is the scope of your responsibilities, and how long have you been here?
I've been with the city about 6 months now. Okay. I've worked as the Energy Management Specialist, as you mentioned. My main responsibility is being a customer interface, where I speak to customers that feel their bill may be a little high or their usage might be a little off. They are referred to me at the Utility Business Office to discuss ways they can either save or ways that we can help them in any particular way. Okay.
How does the City Utilities Office actually go about promoting energy efficiency to our customers within the city? What particular things do we do?
We got a couple things that we try to do. The main grouping is the programs that we run here through the city. The load management program is one that the city customers probably know the best. There's switches that are placed on different appliances, the water heater and your heat pump, that specifically are used to lower the peak demand of the city as a whole. It helps the city as one big unit become more energy efficient. Another program that we run is the Energy Credit Rebate Program, which is a program that we promote that gives a credit to customers who buy and replace their heat pump or water heater that meets a certain efficiency standard. So we as a city promote customers, if they're going to replace or fix their heat pump and water heater, that we will pay them back in some way.
And the load management program that you're talking about, that only applies to the larger appliances? In other words, would that apply to a window air conditioning unit?
No, sir. We apply the load management switches specifically to water heaters and heat pump AC units. They are for pure electric units and ones that do central AC and heating.
How about electric ranges in the kitchen? Do those apply?
Not, sir. Not currently.
Not currently. Okay. What is an in-home energy audit? Right.
Good question. It takes about an hour. And before I go to the house, Ryan will send me the customer's energy usage for the past year, so I can look at that the day before and see any trends. Maybe every winter their bill spikes, or in the summer it spikes. So I can see that history and trends. So when I get there, I kind of investigate what's going on in the house. It can be a number of things. And when I find them, it's all about energy education. I'm educating the customer on how you can save. And the majority of things are small and inexpensive.
But cumulatively, they make a difference when you add those things.
Absolutely. And we can talk about a couple of things. One of the biggest things I can say, the way people can save energy, most people do not keep the thermostat at the right temperature. Okay. In the winter, you should keep it at 68 degrees. Okay. And in the summer, 76. But this is important to remember. Let's say you're supposed to keep it at 68 degrees in the winter. Every degree above 68 can add 3 to 5% to your heating costs. So every degree above 68 can add 3 to 5%. And the same holds true for summer. Every degree below 78 can do the same thing for your cooling.
How about the customer that actually might adjust that thermostat a number of times? What impact does that have on the unit and
That's
the
a good question. With the heat pump in the winter specifically, you do not want to do that. You want to kind of leave it and forget it. If you do go from 68 and somebody comes home and bumps it up significantly, right, your auxiliary heat's going to come on. Those are the heat strips.
Right.
And they are basically like a big electric toaster. And they can use about 3 to 4 times more energy than normal heat setting.
So the real efficiency is found in picking a setting and leaving it there and not changing it.
Absolutely. Right? And it doesn't cost anything. It's more or less a habit. So
Okay.
that's very important.
Okay.
The other thing we see a lot is the return filters in homes. Most of us have those 20 by 20 filters usually in the hallway.
Right.
The heating people will tell me the best ones to buy are the cheapest ones you can buy. They're not the pleated ones. Those are too thick.
Right.
So the inexpensive ones allow more airflow.
And does not work the system as hard.
Exactly.
With the blower unit.
Yeah, it will
Right.
be much more efficient because it's all about the correct airflow.
Right.
Yeah.
And with those air filters, how often should a customer change those filters out, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, typically, every 30 days, but there's sometimes you're going to look at your filter. If it's not dirty, don't change it.
Okay.
Or on the other end, if you have a lot of dogs and cats, they may get dirty quicker. So you don't want them to get dirty because it's going to increase the resistance and typically increase your bill as well.
Would the effect be the same with the washable filters that you can actually just clean them and put them back in place?
Yeah, I like the washable ones. Wash them out and just put them right back in.
Okay, and they would be the same efficiency as the cheaper ones.
I
You
think
talked
so.
about
Yeah.
open weave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually the washable ones, it's if you couldn't find a certain size, you can get the washable one. You could cut it to your
Cut 'em
own
to fit.
size. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else in that respect?
The other thing we see, a lot of houses have those pull-down attic steps in the hallway to get up into the attic.
Right.
A lot of times the attic stairs, if this is the attic stairs, they don't sit very well, so they're kind of open.
Right.
So in the winter, you're in a sense you're heating your attic as well. So you want to make sure those are closed
Okay.
tightly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fasten them up.
Yeah.
How long does the typical energy audit take to complete?
A normal house, a typical, 1,500 square foot ranch house would take about an hour.
About an hour.
And that's with sitting down with the customer, going over their energy usage that we talked about. I'll go up into the attic. I'll look underneath their house. So generally about an hour. Yeah.
What do you typically find are the biggest issues with a residential customer in terms of their home and the way it's being heated or cooled?
Yeah. Besides the thermostat and the attic stairs, we see electric hot water heaters set too high. They can be. I was just at a house today. It was 160 degree water. Water boils at what, 212. So yeah, that water temperature should be 120 degrees or less.
Right.
That's because this water heater is like one of the second or third biggest energy user in a home. So that's very important. The temperature of the water.
And even with the load management device that goes on there, when it qualifies, the recovery period is pretty constant for the water heater, and your water temperature is going to stay right up there.
Yeah, with the load management. Yeah.
With the load management.
Yeah.
Are there any particular issues in terms of the time of year and the season, in terms of heating and cooling and the factors that play into energy efficiency?
Yes, another good question. In North Carolina, we know this summer it's going to be 100 degrees outside, right? And this winter we had some nights that were 19. But the weather is the biggest factor that affects our bill. Because a heat pump or even a gas furnace, it has to work very hard to maintain a comfortable temperature inside. So the weather, because a lot of people say, when I go to their house, they say, you know what, we do the same thing every month, but in July our bill is higher. But it's because it's hot out. And not only does an air conditioner have to make it cool inside, one of its most energy intensive jobs is to get rid of the humidity.
Right.
It's got to take that out. So yeah, the weather plays is a huge factor in our bills.
Well, is it true in the wintertime that you want to have a little more humidity in the house? Does that affect the
Yeah,
comfort
you want to have
level?
I can't remember the exact humidity levels. Yeah, you want a little, because the heat can dry out a house.
Right.
So you do want to have I think maybe like 50 or 60% relative humidity, I believe. Yeah.
How does it? Go ahead.
I was going to say, I just thought of another thing that in the winter a lot of people use are electric space heaters, the kind you plug in.
Mm-hmm.
They will add significantly to your electric bill, and I see that a lot. Some people will have 3 or 4 of them plugged in, and they'll have high electric bills.
Once you complete an energy audit, what happens in terms of interface with the customer, and what can they expect in the way of information?
Yeah, ElectriCities, we have a brand new app that I use. It's on an iPad, and I'll take pictures during the energy audit. I'll make notes, and they'll either get a report emailed to them or mailed to them with all the recommendations and pictures kind of denoting what I see out in the field. So yeah, they'll actually get a written report.
You mentioned to me earlier before we started about the energy audit kits or energy efficiency kits.
Yeah, every audit that we do, everybody gets a free energy kit. And quickly, what's in there? You get 3 of the LED light bulbs. These are kind of, remember the curly ones, those compact
Right.
fluorescent?
Right.
This is like the next stage. These, they say each one should last 20 years.
Okay.
And it gives you the light of 60 watts, but only uses 9.5 watts of energy. So you get 3 of those in the kit. And real quick, this is those filters we were talking about, the return filters.
Right.
This little blue thing, or green thing, goes on your filter, and it'll whistle when your filter gets dirty. And the way it works is, it'll only work in the inexpensive flat filters we were talking about. If this is your filter, you poke a hole in it. This piece goes right through the front.
Right.
This snaps on the back. So it'll look like this. And if this is your filter. But what happens is when the filter starts getting dirty during the month, the air can only go through that hole, and it'll whistle and say, hey, I need to be changed.
Okay.
And each month you put this on your new filter.
It doesn't sound like a smoke detector, though. Going
No,
on.
it doesn't.
Okay.
It'll sound like a tea kettle. It'll go.
Like a tea kettle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's not too bad. But again, it's the small stuff, keeping your thermostat at the right temperature, changing your filter, not using space heaters, making sure your water temperature is correct. We didn't talk about it, but attic insulation is very important to have enough up in the attic. If you have a chimney that has a damper that you open and close,
Right.
if you're not having a fire, you want to make sure that's closed, because otherwise you're heating the air of New Bern, basically.
Okay. How about the differences in terms of efficiencies where you have zoned heat and air for a 2-story home? Any particular thoughts there about managing those systems better? I mean, would you typically want to heat downstairs and cool upstairs to manage what you're talking about, the humidity in the summertime?
Yeah, those 2 stories can be a little tricky. A lot of houses have 2 stories, but only 1 unit downstairs.
Right.
That's tricky. In a 2-story home, you should have 2 separate systems.
2 separate systems.
Yeah. What I see a lot are the rooms above the garage around here. I think what do they call them? Frogs.
Frogs.
A lot of times that frog is up here. That room is above the garage, which is
Right.
not insulated.
Right.
So sometimes people say, man, in the summer it's so hot in that room, and in the winter it's so cold. Because that can be a tricky room to heat and cool.
And they typically have more like a cathedral or an
Yeah.
elevated ceiling, so there's more space there
Yeah.
and probably less insulation as you would have in your regular.
A lot of times what
attic
people
space.
do up those spaces, they'll put in little room heat pumps, the kind you might see in a hotel room, that heats and cools just that room. So you're not heating the whole rest of the house upstairs.
Okay. Are there any other specialty programs that would help our customers in terms of realizing cost savings and benefiting them?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is inexpensive. You can do it yourself. But every state has a program. It's called the Weatherization Assistance Program. And it's been around. Actually, Jimmy Carter started it back in the day. And that program, you can rent a house or own it. It doesn't matter. The key is you have to qualify.
Okay.
And all 100 counties in North Carolina have a program. The closest one here, it's in Newport. It's called Coastal Community Action.
Okay.
And if I can, I'll give the phone number.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's called the Weatherization Program, and the number is 252-223-1630. And you will call them and get an application to kind of get the ball rolling.
Okay.
So that's a wonderful program.
How does someone schedule or arrange to have an energy audit done, Ryan?
So typically, we have customers that walk in and they see something in their bill that makes them questioning what's going on, spike in energy usage, higher bill than normal for that time of year. And as a customer interface, we offer someone always during business hours that you can sit down with as a customer. You can sit down with them and sort of go over what's going on, what possibly could be an explanation. And we advise them that we offer a program that is free through the city, and this is a program that is underutilized with the city and one that we truly want customers to take advantage of with Brian McGinn and the in-home energy audit. And once these customers become interested, we schedule a time for Brian to come down, and he walks through their home with them and provides different ways they can save energy, and he files the report with them and gives them sort of an action checklist for them to improve things in their home.
Okay. And I think we've talked about perhaps having a video made of an actual energy audit in the process and see what steps are taken and how it's conducted.
Absolutely. And also online on your webpage.
Yes, sir.
Can they apply online or get the number online?
Our number is actually online, the utility business office, so you can stop by in person and speak with one of our representatives there, or you can call the City of New Bern Utility Business Office at 252-639-2750, And
2750.
Yes, sir. And request an energy audit, and they will get you in touch with someone that is going to be there to help you.
Okay. Any other thoughts about energy efficiency and our taking care of our customers?
No, I'd say take advantage of the program, and there's a lot of inexpensive, low-cost, no-cost ways to save energy. It's out there. It's just a question of taking the steps to do it.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for being here. We want to thank Ryan Purtle and Brian McGinn, ElectriCities, for taking the time out of their schedule to be here with us today and talk about energy efficiency for our residential customers. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.